Good evening. Tonight I'm going to be doing the suspect cold read in Emily Knoble's case, and I will be doing Emily Knoble's cold read as well. I've already done them, but I wanted to I wrote down what I've gotten, but I also need you guys to be aware for me tonight. It was very difficult for me to get out to this point tonight. My granddaughter is very emotional tonight. She's very hyper. So I just didn't grab a pen on the way out of the door, and I needed to state some things on here. I feel that it's very important regarding her case. I think, for one, let's start with that. Turn off my AC. The less noise, the better, because I need to hear. So whatever words that I say repeat, write those down for me. Because like I said, I didn't grab a pen on the way out the door. So Emily's cold read that I did, I was asked to do Emily's case. It took me forever to get to it. With my work, I literally work 6 days a week, plus take care of my children at home, plus my nephew. You know, I'm just like an ordinary person. I have a day job. I work many hours, and then there's this part of my life where I also help in the ways that I, possibly can for people. I haven't done any cases prior to being sick, but I've gotten to the point where I'm able to feel better again and get back on my feet. Like I said, I'll be taking things slow. I will not be doing case after case after case after case. Tyler North, yes, I'm working on his case. His videos will not be posted. It is a highly controversial case, and I will not post it. I am only working with the aunt, and if the sister, whoever else would like to get a hold of me, please do so. For Emily's cold read, I found when I had getting the impressions from her, Emily, to me, was a very quiet person. She wasn't a huge talker. This is the impression I get from her. She was not a big talker. She was very conversating, yes. But for me, I get the feeling that she felt more alive and more calm and more herself when she was around nature. When I spoke to her, I actually came in contact with her the other day, and I had started off my conversation with her as, I apologize if you feel that I've rushed you in any way. I apologize if you feel, just feel in any way, shape, or form that I've made you uncomfortable. With the situation she was in, it was like, I think she felt backed into a corner, and she felt rushed in everything she did on decision making. After a while, it got to be redundant. After a while, she just knew she wasn't safe anymore, and she knew it was very unhealthy for her. And the only true time she felt alive or healthy was when she was outside, when she was, experiencing her closeness to nature. She showed me a place with water, yes. With this type of work, I have always come to understand when a spirit says a name of something, it doesn't necessarily mean. She said river, lake. She gave me 2 different body types of water, okay? Now that can very well mean river or a lake, or that can also mean a street. You have to take in every aspect of this job, and you have to literally look at every piece of evidence that is given to you. You have to, it's, what do you think police work is? It's the same idea, it's just a little bit harder without the details, because I don't want the info. I have to only repeat what I hear from Emily, so people can inbox me till they're blue in the face, and I will not accept their info, because that's not how it goes for me. I can't. It's like being led in a direction, and if you listen to people's, and that's not disrespectful, I know people are truly, genuinely trying to help, but if you listen to every person, you're gonna get sent down rabbit holes. So that's not what you want. You want to just hear solely from Emily, and you take in what she gives you. So on that aspect, when I did her cold read, which is just picking up psychic impressions before I did her spirit sessions, which led me into the questions into her spirit session video, she referred to lake, a lake, a lake, a lake, a lake, river, river lake, river lake, river lake. And she kept showing me, you know, she kept saying this word, Willoughby Road, Willoughby Road. And now it could be will be a road, willow. It can be, I could be very well pronouncing it wrong. I can only say what I hear. It can be spelled a different way. Now, her cold read, I feel like there's a lot more, but because Emily was a very loving person, she was very kind, and she was very sweet, and she was also very timid, but she was also, like I said, she talked more with her mind, not with her mouth. People who think with their mind, speak with their mind more, have loud thoughts, but they speak less with their mouth. So I think that's the issue here. So when I spoke to her yesterday and told her, you know, I really feel like I've offended you in some way. I don't want you to feel rushed. I don't want you, we can talk about anything. It doesn't even have to be about what happened to you. You can just rely on me to have an ear to speak to. And that's when she became more open with me. I think I just needed to make her feel to where she was not being rushed whatsoever. And she needed to have a comfortable place to where she didn't feel so drastically backed into a corner with questions all the time. Because I feel like that's what was going on at home. Why did you do this? Why did you do this? Who were you talking to? This, you know, I feel like she was very pressured at home. I also feel that she was hit. Backed into a corner. There's one word that I need you to write down, because I hear backed into a corner. So I feel she was basically, I call it tormented. When I say tormented, that's my way of saying maybe domestically hit or verbally abused. And I think she got sick of it, because she kept referring to me and saying to me it was going to be our last trip together. I kept telling him this was going to be our last trip together, and that's when he lost it. He became very angry. And he became so angry, you ever have that adrenaline pumping so bad, you get this shiver to you? I didn't understand what she meant when she, in her spirit session, when she said shiver. He was shivering because he was so enraged. I don't know if that means brain, something to do with the brain. I have an idea of what that means. But like I said, it was said, so I can't really, she's saying to me brain tumor, but I mean, I don't know if that's referencing like a brain sickness. Like, that's my cue to say, oh, that was a brain, something to do with the brain. Doesn't necessarily mean brain tumor. Yes, okay, you have it. Okay. So I'm going to get into Emily's cold read. Now, her cold read, I got some really good words. but they're also, at the time, only, I'd say, given a half a page. But then when I did her spirit session, I got more and more and more, which you have already viewed. And then I will get into other aspects of this case, which I've come across, actually, the suspect watching my page through another man's page. I've stated it under Emily's video spirit session. So there's just one thing about me, I don't deal with that. So please don't try so. So Emily's case, I'll start off with the cold read. And Emily, if there's anything that you want to say here, this camera is recording. It's going up on my channel, and anybody can watch this video. But you really also, if you want to speak your mind at this time, you can speak your mind. And if there's a message that you want to say to the suspect who did what they did to you, then you go for it. You let them have it. If you want to, just go for it. You do not have to be timid in any way. You do not have to hold back. I know you're kind. She said, I'm timid, I'm kind. Like, she didn't have an ugly thing to say about anybody. Not one. Matt. What do you mean, Smitty? She said she was made to do something. I'm trying to get into what she means by that, but I'm going to be talking about what came through for you. So at any time, if you speak a word, I'll hear it and I'll repeat it so they can write it down for me, because, as you know, I don't have my pen with me, okay? So you just, if you have words to say, you say them, honey. You don't have to hold back for anybody, okay? Because I'm going to say them for you. You don't even have to feel any way, shape, or form. You don't have to feel scared. You don't have to feel anything except justice is coming for you. Police are looking for you. You know, there's people out there looking for you. Yeah, I know. I know. She said, but Matt's not. I know he's not. What do you mean? She says, case and file, case and file, case and file. What does that mean? Oh, he's disingenuine. I think she's regarding to disingenuine as in he's making this case disingenuine as in, Can you tell me what you feel that means? Because I want to give my version of what I feel like that means. What do you mean? He's not sorry, I know. Turn this radio down just a little bit. What do you mean? He promised to never hurt me. Took time to lie, plan. Is there anything else you would like to say before I start reading? Because I don't want you to feel that I'm taking away from you, Em. Because I'm not. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm sorry, honey. I'm confused on what you're trying to say to me. She said he knows something about. I'm not understanding. You're not talking about my paper. You're talking about him and a piece of paper? Follow. Okay, so I'm going to start reading these words, and at any given point, if you want to chime in and speak, you may, okay? I just want to get these words written that I came across for you, and then if you'd like to say anything else, you have a message for the public, if you have a message for the police, if you have a message for your friends, you may say whatever you need to say. It can be candid, it can just be a hello, it can be anything that you want it to be. I do not want you to feel rushed by me at any point, okay? Your mom's here. Oh, you're with your mom? Are you saying you're with your mom? She's smiling. She says yes. Wow, Em, that's really nice. Are you saying you're with your parents? You're gonna make me cry. She says total loss. Total loss. What about you have a sister, right? Yes, she's alive. There's that word again. I haven't heard that since the spirit session. I don't know if she's using the word flake or Blake. That's not saying she's calling her sister a flake. I think she's trying to tell me a word, and I use two variations at all times, so I can, if one word doesn't make sense, it has to be the other. Okay, I'm gonna get to my reading, okay? And if there's any, like I said, if there's anything you just want to hang out and say, you go ahead. It doesn't have to be. She says demeanor. Okay, anything that you would like to say and chime in on what I'm reading about, you can add to it if you'd like, okay? Danger. Dance. Taken. Gate. Now, when I got gate, I also felt there was a woman with a K. There she goes again. Plan. So it's either Kate or a woman's name with a K. Surpass. Say that again, Em? She said surpass. Line. What do you mean? State. Okay. Ring. What did ring mean? Marriage. Okay. Now, are we talking about your marriage, or are we talking about somebody else's? She said marriage. Mine. She has this little voice. It's such a soft voice, Em. No, you're not hard to hear. I can hear you. Your voice is actually very soothing. Fire. Can you say that again? What was on fire, Em? Saying something about clothes on fire. The word chime. I don't know if that word came out correctly, but chime. Bell chimed. She's showing me when you walk into a store how a bell is on top and it goes ding like a customer comes into a store. Why are you showing me that? Shows me a man walking out. Plaid shirt. What looks to be jeans. And some type of men's shoes. Like I would say boot. In my mind, I see it as a boot, but she could be just showing me as in a man's shoe. So we're talking about a man here. Shame. Rose Emily. Now, what did you mean by Rose Emily? Rose is me and Emily is you. You should find me. I'm gonna do my best, okay? Water. Gate. She kept speaking about water and gate. Water and gate. She also speaks of a right-handed man. In a vision that I saw, Emily was looking up at a man with a long beard. And he had what looked to be touching her necklace, and she was looking up and smiling at him. It was like she was showing me a memory of something. Grove. Danger. Colorado. He lived there. Who lived at Colorado? Oh, Matt. Matt lived Colorado. Okay. I also picked up that something was very off with the husband. Yes, she says his name. What's the first word you're trying to say? You're saying he blanked me. What do you mean? What's that word? He blamed me. He blamed me. That's what you meant. And that was it for her cold reading. But as you can see, Emily's talking tonight. Do you have anything else that you'd like to say tonight, Em? What did he blame you for? Is it okay to ask? He said it was too late. What do you mean it was too late? Something about signed papers. Too late. Too late. It was like he blamed her for something. He was blaming her. Too late. He was mad. Something about it was like she couldn't fix something that he wanted her to change something on paper and she couldn't or wouldn't. And he got really mad. He blamed me. Papers. Signed papers. Okay. I just want to make sure my battery's okay on this phone. Would there be anything else that you want to talk about, Emily? Are you saying a part of a word, or are you saying a whole word? She's talking about a paper again. She said he's delusional. Crime. She said I was leaving him. Do you want to talk about the day, Emily? Because I know that's really hard for you. What else is there that I haven't asked you that I could tell police for you, or I could tell your friends, or somebody that can get your message out to get more done for you? Just anything that I could help you with them. What do you mean, claim? Is there anything else that is very vital to your disappearance, Em? You know, I know I've asked you numerous times where you are, and you've tried your best. There's that damn word again. Emily, honey, can I ask you about that? Because I'm confused, because I don't know if I'm telling the public the wrong place, or if you're telling me the right word and I'm just pronouncing it wrong. Can you help me? When you say that word, right? Now, is that, I asked you before, but I felt like maybe you felt rushed and you really didn't, maybe you just couldn't answer it at the time. I don't know, honey. I just want you to know that I don't want you to feel rushed, and I don't want that to get in the way of our investigation for you. So, that word, okay, is that a county? Like a place where multiple places are? You know what I mean? Like a county, or I call them districts, but many people call them counties. Like, is that a street? Is that a county? Or are you saying a word that sounds like a place? Like, will be a road, or Willagby, or am I even saying it correctly? I'm getting really, I get frustrated with it because maybe I'm not saying it right and not getting it out right. If I was to get a detailed map, Em, could you help me? Because I think seeing an aerial photo of many streets and many places, I think that would help me. Would you help me with that if I got that? Is that even a street that you're telling me? Or are you saying will be a road, or a county? Am I saying it wrong? Are you, like, again, If you don't want to answer it, it's okay. It's just helpful. It's just really helpful to the police and to your friends and to whoever else is going to find you. Is this the place where you are? Okay. Have you been overlooked? Have they already been to the place that you are? Can you answer that for me? Are you near home, your house, your condo, or are you near someplace further out? Because I get the feeling that you're close to home, but you're telling me this place, which would tell me I need to listen to you, but also listen to my feeling of something. There's something strange about it. It's very odd because I feel like it's a Was there anything else that you'd like to say, She keeps saying that word that I spoke of in my first video. Have you been, the person that's looking for you that you know, that's been helping me look for you, has she already been to the place already? Yes, her. Has she been to the place already where you are at? Okay, you know what? That's okay. I'm probably just not getting, because I obviously don't know your state, and I'll just have to look more into it. But as you know, we work in secret and we work on here. So at the same time, it's not gonna be, we'll investigate every location that you say, but you've been consistent with this place, and I feel like, what do you mean destroy? Destroy evidence. What evidence? Your phone and everything was found at your condo. What did he destroy? She shows me something on her wrist. It would have been a type of jewelry. Okay, that's okay. We're gonna look into it, and we are going to make sure we keep going until you are put to rest and you have a place that people can visit you and literally just honor and respect your memory, okay? So we will get it and we will figure it out. But I don't want people on here to think that our location is confused, because we're not. We've already spoken of the location that you keep referencing, so that's a good thing, that you're that consistent with it. Yeah, we're gonna look into it. Okay. Where is that? Can you tell me where that is? Is it by your home? How far of a distance is that, what you just told me, from your home? Okay, I'm going to get back with Lindsay and I'm going to let her know that, okay? So we can get that spoke of, okay? I'm going to come right back because I'm going to talk about your suspect cold read and oddly, the things that came up about the suspect that you already spoke of, which is odd because you said a few words that were on my cold read for him. So I will be back to record that session, and we will go from there, okay? Yep, I know. Okay. So I'm going to be coming right back, and I'm going to be speaking about the suspect cold read. She is clearly talking tonight, which I'm so happy about. I think she felt rushed. I think she felt scared even. Maybe she was a very gentle person, and I feel like maybe I was pushing at her too much. And she's just talking away tonight. Thank you, Em. Okay, so I will be back, and I will be doing the next video for the suspect cold read. What was that? It's okay, Emily. Let me tell you. He thinks twice about coming at me. He'll have a whole lot of hell behind me. He'll have to deal with a whole lot of hell. I'm not gonna let that hold me back from helping you. Okay? Okay. I shall be back, people.